who would you hire for a private concert?
Can they be dead?
Yeah, sure.
Get some dead guys. I think I'd probably go, straight down the line, Beatles.
Yeah.
Well, they're not all dead.
Well, and I wouldn't kill them and bring them back. The ones that are alive I'd have, and then bring the other ones back from the dead.
We looked at a lot of islands off the coast, but most of them are just, very, very difficult to get to. So we had, even the beach we chose was very, very difficult to get to, but we shot on the coast of Wales, and then the house is slightly more inland. So with the magic of cinema, we created our island.
That was like where I grew up going on holiday. My family's Welsh, my mum's Welsh, so we're near Tenby.
Yeah.
Tenby is where I went on all my summer holidays when I was a kid. And then the big house that was Charles's house in the film, was in the town where my mum was born and lived until she went to university. So lots of family around there. My Welsh family are thrilled.
It's a very magical part of the British Isles, that corner of Wales.
Yeah, the coastline there is unbelievably beautiful. It really is.
I mean, Dylan Thomas wrote all of his work in that, literally around the corner from the beach we were filming in. So it's a very sort of artistic kind of corner. It's very creative.
I've been writing and recording songs for this film for quite a while, and some of the songs date back to the original short film that was 18 odd years ago. And then some I wrote. Yeah, that's the short film we based it on was we made a very long time ago. And some of the songs I was keen to reuse, and some wanted to, just come at it fresh and try new stuff. But yeah, I had to record them on my laptop and at home when the kids were quiet, and then kind of send them all to Carey, knowing that she'd listen to them with Marcus. And I was quite nerve-wracking that. I was quite worried about how you'd respond.
I think they're so brilliant. I watched the film for the first time yesterday, and I just kept thinking, I always love that. I just think that you're such a good songwriter.
Oh, thank you. They were both very, very lovely about it and very supportive.
It's true that they're so good. They're so, in and of itself, even if you...
good.
No, but
So he's done such a good... Sorry.
No.
And I was saying he's done such a good job of kind of telling the backstory and filling in all the gaps of what their relationship was musically. Because often Carey's playing kind of backing vocals into some of those songs, and then you can feel her move his music into a kind of more pop space. And just that journey is told through the music, the songs themselves, which is really clever.
It's testament to how much I think James and the boys have made something amazing that how easy I found it to watch. Not myself, but I just was in hysterics last night watching the film. I thought it was so funny, and then I cried. And I normally just find...
Cried during the singing?
I did. Just my tone. No, but I don't like it at all. And it's like listening to your voice on an answering machine. Everyone hates that. And your face that big on a screen is upsetting. But I just was, that all kind of went into the background because I just thought these guys were so incredible in the film. I thought Griff had done such an amazing job. So it was nice for once to be like, oh.
Yeah, that was quite funny. There's one bit in the film where it's a close-up on me, and so there's an enormous face on the screen last night, and then I know the next thing that happens is it zooms in.
Brace yourself.
I feel like I had the best view in the house, because obviously you're there watching them live and doing it, and that for me was like the best. It was an amazing private concert because they had so much great chemistry with each other through the music. I mean, just generally, everyone gets on, as you can see. Everyone, gets it. But in those moments, it was just finding that connection. It moved the crew to tears when we were watching those scenes.
The thing that I'm most proud of as well is that all of the music that's in the film is the live stuff we recorded on set. We did go back and re-record things in the studio and spent quite a lot of time getting it all exactly to time, thinking we might use that and we'd kind of polish it afterwards. But actually, when we were watching it in post, it was just so clear that the live performances just had they had a reality to them. They had a sort of a slight roughness to them, a slight kind of just an authenticity that just felt really right for the way the music's presented in the film.
Which is how it should be, really. Because there's a scene where they sing to me and I hear them for the first time, and yeah, it should feel like I'm hearing them in my living room or dining room, rather than a polished track just played over the top of the picture. So it was kind of a very moving experience, as Griff says. That I was in the same boat as the cast and as the crew, really, where I don't have any lines. I'm just watching them, And it was really, it's very beautiful.
I just wanted to be in the film in any way, you know. So singing was and it's so fun to be in that world and to sort of, you know, if it's not your world. But yeah, the onus was on him, and I was like, backing vocals for me. Don't make me sing on my own. But it was great. That was what it was. I was never as, you know, she's meant to be the kind of keys player, backing. She's not like the front man of a thing in that sense. So it was
And wrote all the lyrics, didn't she? In the backstory, she writes a lot of the lyrics to all
Yeah.
that, so it's a kind of wordsmith.
First time I was starstruck, I met Cliff Richard.
Really?
Yeah. When we were living in Germany when I was a kid, my dad was a hotel manager and Cliff Richard came to stay. I had a Fanta with him. Wow. Yeah, with my family. We sat with Cliff Richard and had a Fanta. I remember having a Fanta. Wow. You didn't probably have Fanta.
Yeah, that's big. Cliff's big.
It's huge. Yeah. But I was 6 or 7 and I was like fairly sure
Yeah.
this was a big deal.
I was 48 when I met John Murray, so
Yeah.
I could keep my shit together. There's a guy called John Murray. I don't know how big he is here, but he's a radio football commentator in England. Tonight. Well, there's John Murray, Conor McNamara, Cornelius Slicer, who does
None of them are big here.
No, Cornelius Slicer, listening now, and Jonathan Overend. But basically, I always listen to sport all the time. And about 2 weeks ago, we were in a bar, and there's 4 people, and my friend recognised one. That you never see these people. I was listening to one an hour ago on the radio, but you never see them, and they're always the most. And I love these people, and we introduced ourselves and met the sports commentators. Because the thing is, you meet a lot of people doing what we do, and actually, we're all doing the same thing. So kind of, it has to be from another field for me, where particularly sport, where you just. It's just insane that you're talking to this person.
I mean, yeah, with some sports people that I've met, which have always, is, as you say, outside of your field, like Johnny Wilkins, who's one of my all-time heroes. But I think John Cleese was that.
Oh.
Wow.
I grew up on all the Python. My dad educated me in a lot of radio comedy, Round the Horn, and then Python. Life of Brian, literally one of my favourite films. And so I did a Zoom with him when he was in Dubai, and we had a full chat for a good hour.
Wow.
While he was eating some scrambled egg.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell him he had some egg on his, but I was like, oh God, it's John Cleese. Now I've got to tell him he's got egg on his face.